Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One, my old barn door, and I am back with our lap books. And today we're going to work on starting to put in the pockets. So we're going to work on the insides, and I think I'm going to work on this one first. And I may only just work on this one during these videos, since I showed you, the difference in the covers, two different ways to do this cover and this cover, so you have the fabric completely covered, and then you have this one with a vintage book cover. So I don't think I'm going to do this one on camera. I'm just going to do this one on camera, but we'll see. Maybe, I don't know. We'll just take it day by day, I guess. So let's get started. And the first pocket that I want to do, whoops, I'm sorry, shaking the camera. So sorry. I'm trying to decide where I want to put it. I think I want to put it here on this background, because this is going to be completely covered once we get our pocket on. I want to show you something too, though. You see this here, how it's lifted up just a little? So we're just going to take a little bit of glue and go ahead and glue that. This fabric is so thick that it made it a little harder for this spine to bend, and so it pulled the fabric some. So if it pulls your fabric or whatever, or even the masking tape that you have under there, I'm going to pull this up a little and just make sure the masking tape is good and sticky, and it is. But if it does pull it, if it pulls away from it a little, you can always just put your little glue tip under there, put you some glue in, and glue that down, because I did have to do that on the front of this journal, and I'll show you that in just one second. I'm just going to rub that in and make sure it's good and secure. But yeah, on this part right here, it came loose a little, and so if you want to prevent that from happening, just put some glue down before you put your tape, or you can just come back. It did it here too, and I think it's just from where it folds, and it put a little pressure on it. And so if you have that happen, just put your little glue tip up under there and put some glue, and you can glue it back down. I am going to cut this little piece here off because it's in my way. So I'm going to trim that off eventually. But for today, we're going to go ahead and do this pocket. And for this pocket, I wanted some envelopes. So I have some fairly big size envelopes here that I thought would look cute. So we're just going to pick and choose a few. So this one will be the very last flip. So I know I want that way. And then this one, I don't know if I want two of those. This is like a vintage GE, like to pay your electric bill. And then we have, I just kind of wanted some different colors in here. So I think we'll use this one, maybe. And I just kind of want them to flip out all willy-nilly, sort of. And I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to pull this one down here. And then I have this one, but I don't really want that blue on top of there, so maybe we won't use that one. Not really feeling the purple, so maybe let's go with the brown. We can put the brown here. And then I thought about using one of these. These are stapled together, so I need to get my staple remover and take those staples out. But a tip, I tore up my staple remover when I was trying to take these books apart. Those staples that were in those Childcraft books were so strong that it literally bent my staple remover. So I've got to get another staple remover. I'm just trying to get these out without having to use a tool. Maybe I can get them. All right, hang on for me. Okay, got that out. So you see here where this envelope is, it kind of has a perforation. So that's not going to feel safe to me. And so because of that, I think I want to, I'm probably going to put some washi or something on there just to strengthen that. And make sure that, that it's going to stay. So I'm trying to decide if I want this to fold up in the middle here. Like that. I just kind of want it to look all willy-nilly, you know, like it's folding in from every direction. And maybe we could put this one here too. If I did that one there, and then we could put this one kind of here, and this one kind of here. I think that might work. Okay, and then we're going to decorate all of this, of course. But before you do any of this, before you put any of this down, you need to decide, okay, do I want something to tie this once I get everything in here? And what you have to consider is you're going to be putting things in your envelopes, and so it's going to bulk up and be a little bigger, so it may not lay as flat as you want it. So you have to decide, do I, you know, am I going to need something to tie it all together with? So I think what I'm going to do, I have some of these sari silk pieces, and I think I'm going to put that down to, you know, to tie it with. I'm just trying to decide if I'm not sure I like this one here. So let me just move some of these around for a second. And this is what you have to do. I mean, you really, doing a lapbook really challenges your brain, because you have to really think about where things are going to go and how things are going to work before you start gluing stuff down, or you'll mess yourself up. Trust me. Ask me how I know. Okay, maybe I want this one. Down here. And then that one across there. I think I like the way that looks better. So I think that's how we're going to do it. Okay, so now that we've decided how we want the layout of our envelopes to be, then we've got to decide what paper we're going to use to cover this. And I have some papers that I want to use in this journal. Hang on and let me grab them. Okay, so I have, this is to a vintage music book. And I really, really like the cover. And when you're going to put something here, you want to make sure whatever you put over, because you're going to have all of these envelope flaps that are going to be glued down underneath here. So you want something a little bit thicker so that when you put this over all of your envelope flaps, it's not going to cause you to have, if you put a thin sheet here, you're going to be able to see the outline of the envelope flaps. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So you want to put something a little thicker so it kind of camouflages those envelope flaps underneath here a little bit better. All right, I know I'm talking a lot, so let's just get busy and show you what I'm talking about, because that will make life easier. Okay, I'm going to have to trim this down a little. We're going to scoot our envelopes a little. I'm going to have to trim this down a little for it to fit, because here's my line and here's my line, and we don't want to go past that. We want to come in just a little bit from that so that we don't cause cause it to bind up in the spines. Now, another thing you have to consider is what you're going to put on this spine, because you need to go ahead and cover this spine before you put all of this down, so that you can kind of hide, you know, the edge of your spine. So let's pick something that we're going to put here. And I may just go ahead and put another piece of this here on this spine. Or should I put a piece of this? Yeah, I think I'll put a piece of this. And I have a piece right here. So let's just, I'm going to go ahead and measure this and put this piece on. I'm not going to make you watch, or not that I make you do anything, but I'm not going to video it. And that way we'll have more time to do our pockets. Hang on. Okay, so I've got our spine covered. And now we need to start laying in our envelopes. But first, I am going to scoop this up and put a little washi on my envelope flap here. And I think before I do that, I'm going to take some Uhu glue and put down, and that way we know we've got a good hold. So I'm just going to run some glue across there. Put my washi down. And find my little card here somewhere. Okay, actually that's not going to work. Okay, so we're going to just tear it. And then what we'll do, we'll have to trim it because of the shape of that envelope. And then we're going to come in here and kind of do the same thing. This is not an opening. Why is this not an opening? So maybe that's not going to work. I was thinking that this was open here, but it's actually open here on this side. So maybe we just need to glue this down and use this flap. But that kind of defeats the purpose. So if I do it sideways like that, I guess that can still work. Okay. Sorry, just having to think through this, because you do have to do a lot of thinking through this. Okay, so let's go ahead and trim this. Trim our washi off. Okay, get rid of these. Put my lid back on my Uhu glue so it doesn't dry out. And then I guess what we need to do is just kind of glue this flat down. So we're going to need that washi tape. I mean that Uhu glue. And now I've cut that. So we're going to have to fix that. Maybe I just don't need to use this envelope. I don't know. But I just like the vintage look of it. That's why I wanted to use it in here. Okay, so we're going to do this and glue that down. And then grab that washi. And my scissors. Trying not to cut the the edges. And then maybe we need to put some here, just just to make myself feel better. I think I will. Okay, so I'm just gonna run a little bit of glue down through there. I want to make sure I don't get it on this part because I don't want to glue this down to it. And then let's just, I'm just going to tear a piece of this off. This is a little bit fiddly. And if you don't have vintage envelopes, then you don't probably have to worry about this part. But I just really like this envelope for some reason. So I kind of wanted it in here. Okay. So we're going to lay that part down. I need to trim off just a hair of this washi. See if we can get it straight. It might be difficult, especially for me. There we go. I think that's gonna work. And let me grab my bone folder here, and I'm just gonna make sure that washi tape is pushed down in there really good. Make sure we don't have any bubbles. Let's close our Boohoo glue, and then I want to go ahead and bend this again and kind of train that washi in the way it should go. All right, I think we've got it. Hopefully, like I say, this takes a lot of thought, so it's quite the thought process of trying to make sure you've got everything where you want it. Okay, so this is going to go here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some glue. I kind of like leaving these in place just so I know where each one's going to go. Okay, but we're going to scoop this up a little, and then I'm just going to take some glue. And on this one, I'm trying to decide because, yeah, I think that'll work, because if we flip it out this way, then our pocket will be in the right orientation. So we're going to put some glue on the back of this. And I'm just using my Gorilla Glue, not Gorilla Glue, Reptile Glue. I have a link to it in my Amazon links in the description box below. If y'all need some good glue, this is comparable to Art Glitter Glue. It just doesn't, it's cheaper than the Art Glitter Glue. So if you need a cheaper glue, but one with as good a hold, then get the Reptile Glue. Okay, so we're going to take our flap and we're just going to glue it down here at the bottom. Let me make sure you can see what I'm doing. And we're not going to go past this little line. As a matter of fact, we're going to go in from this little line just a hair, literally a hair. And you'll see why in just a minute. Okay, so we kind of want it centered to our hinges here, or spines, or whatever you want to call them. Oh wait, no, we need to go down a little further, because we actually need to go to the outside of that line just a little. I told you incorrectly on that. So we're just going to slide it down just a little bit while our glue's still drying, and then I'm going to just use my bone folder and make sure that gets a good glue. Okay, now for these, because this is going to go like this, this, and then this one is going to go here like this, I think. Yep. Okay, but we're going to spread them out closer to our creases where our spines are. All right, so this one's going to need to go down next. So we're just going to grab our glue. Put some glue on our flap. Trying to make sure I get a good amount of glue on that washi tape just to make sure it sticks good. Okay, so then I'm going to come over here to this edge as close as I can to this without causing it to be in that crease. And I'm just going to lay this down as straight as I can get it right in there. Okay, my little bone folder. Make sure he's in there good. Where are we on our time? Move it, Diane. Okay, then this one's going to need to go right here, right up against this, but you don't want it right in the crease, because if you put it right in the crease, if you have any bulk at all, it's not going to fold well. So just be mindful of that. Oh, shoot. You know what I did? See? Let me just pull this one up real quick while it's still wet. Because, you know what I forgot to do? We can re-glue that. I forgot to put my sari silk ribbon here. Before you put your envelopes on, you have to put your sari silk ribbon or whatever ribbon you're going to use to tie your goodies closed. And I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for this. So I'm just going to put a bead of Fabri-Tac. Ooh, I got leaky Fabri-Tac. Good grief. Okay. Leaky Fabri-Tac. We're just going to put a bead of this across here. Where's my lid? Oh. Right there. Okay. And then we're going to try and get our sari silk down there as even as possible. And I love that this sari silk is not cut perfectly or anything like that. So, and I'm not worried about the glue showing through it because it's going to be underneath everything anyway. So you're not going to see it. Okay, there we go. Much better. Now we can put this one back down. So let's get a little more glue on it. We're going to move quickly. Moving quickly. Okay, and then we're going to put him back here again. Try to make sure it's straight and oops, and not in that seam. Okay, so we're going to put that one down there. Then we're going to put this one down. I am not doing a very good job of gluing because I'm in a hurry. I'm trying to make these videos not be so long, but I just can't help it. I can't help it, y'all. Okay, so then this one is going to go here. Trying to make sure it's straight, so I'm going to stand up over it just a little. I'll rub this down so that I don't have any bubbles. No bubbles. Okay. So see, then that will fold good. That will fold good. We're good to go. All right, then I'm going to put this one on this side. So we're just going to put some glue on this flap. Ooh, do y'all hear my belly growling? I think I'm hungry. Okay, and then we're just going to lay this one right here, close to the edge of our spine here. Try to get it straight. And then we're just going to make sure it's glued down good. Y'all, my fingers are so sore where I stabbed myself trying to take these books apart. Did I already say that? I probably did. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. That's what being hungry gets me. That and migraines. Okay, and the last one we're going to do is this one. So we're going to put this one at the top. So we're going to add a little glue to this flap. To stand up because I'm going to put it as far up to the top as I can get it. And then open her up, make sure she's mushed down really good. Okay, well, somebody's jamming out coming down the street. Holy cow. I didn't even know how they can sit in that car. Could y'all hear that? Wow. I think that's the loudest radio I've ever heard. At least they were playing a good song. Joan Jett. I love rock and roll. All right, so then it's going to fold in like this, in like this, in like this, in like this, and in like that. And then see how it kind of pops up a little because you start getting that thickness. That's what the tie is for. So he will tie right here. I'm not going to tie a beautiful tie, but just to kind of give you an idea. Yep, I think that's going to be cute. All right, and then we will decorate these envelopes probably in another video. We're not going to do it in this video, but this is kind of your first pocket or your first set of pockets. And then what we need to do, the last thing we need to do, we need to unfold everything. And then we bring this, I've already trimmed it down, but I may have to trim it a little more just to accommodate my envelope flaps. I think this side needs to be trimmed just a hair and maybe a hair at the bottom. So hang on, let me trim it and we'll put it down. Okay, we got it trimmed down and I have the glue on it. So we're going to go ahead and place it in here. And the thing you want to watch for are your creases in your envelope flaps. You just want to make sure that you clear those. And I got to get my head in here a little bit just to make sure I'm good to go on all of them. See, this needs to go this way some. That's why I like using a wet glue for this, because it gives me a little bit of time with a little wiggle room. Okay, so that's going to fold good. That's going to fold good. That needs to go up some. Let's go up some with this one. Whoops. Now I got it uneven. You have to kind of do this quickly because your glue will start drying on you. Okay, that's going to fold good. That's going to fold good. That one. Okay, I think we're good to go with that. And now we're just going to press it all down. Make sure we don't have any bubbles. Sorry about my hair getting in the way there. Okay, I like it. All right, so Now we're going to fold this one down, this one in, this one in, this one in, and that one in. Oops. Okay, I guess I've broken my fingernail. And then it's just going to tie like this. There we go. And now you have your first pocket. So the next time when we come back, I think I'm going to wait to decorate these for a little bit, and we'll do a pocket here on this side, and go from there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Today is New Year's Eve day. But you won't see this video for a few days because I'm pre-recording them, just trying to get this done while I still have it in my brain. So, anyways, I hope y'all are having a wonderful New Year, because you'll see this after New Year. And anyways, if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment box below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Big hugs.